Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Toro Z Master 4000 series HDX Pro XL with a 72-inch deck and a 35 horsepower Kawasaki engine. I cannot wait to drive this thing. Hey, before I say anything else in this video, right off the bat, I paid for this myself. Toro is not sponsoring this video. I got this from my local Do-Cut dealer, which I want to thank Sean from Do-Cut. Apparently, the Toro white glove service, the delivery service, is offered for your big box stores and stuff like that. But their Pro Series, it's not a given. You have to pay for it. But Sean threw that in for me, and they just delivered it this morning. And oh my gosh, like I said, I can't wait to get on it. But let's start talking about some of the features about this mower and why I chose this. First of all, Toro's reputation. Of course, I researched it. I watched 100 YouTube videos just like this one you're watching right now, and that was a major consideration on their reputation and how good of a mower they make, and this is what Toro does. So, also, next, of course, was price and budget. Well, it just so happened this is 2023. This is the 2023 model, and we're at the end of the year. It's September, and they offered $1,000 off their MSRP on this mower. So I had to jump at the chance. It was listed at $14,500, and I got it for $13,500. Yes, that's a big chunk of change to spend, but I have an old truck and I have new equipment. When you maintain as much property as I do, you know what I'm talking about. You don't have a car payment, you have equipment payments. So anyway, that's what I paid for this current. It's what's listed on their website. It's no secret. They don't hide their price and say, ask a sales associate. I like that about them too. And the price of this mower and all the features compared to other brands, this just came out on top, especially with that $1,000 off. So next reason I bought this. Well, I currently have a Kubota BX with a 60-inch mower deck, and it takes me a little over 4.5 hours to mow my property here. We have 7.1 acres, and I probably mow at least 5 acres of that. Everything about the way that mower cut, the quality of cut, all except for the ride, the seat. I loved mowing with that mower. I did not like taking the mower deck on and off. When I wanted to tractor, I want a tractor. When I want to mow, I want to mow. And having to remove that mower deck, it's just a real struggle. So this is going to be so nice to be able to just mow. When I need to mow, just go get it. So now let's go over some of the specs and the features of this mower. We'll start with the engine. Like I said, this is a 35 horsepower, 999cc Kawasaki FX1000. I'm pretty sure this is the largest motor that they offer on this series, and I think I'm going to need every bit of it with this 72-inch deck. Now, yes, I opted for the 72-inch mower deck. I have, like I said, at least 5 acres of mowing I do here, and with every pass, going from a 60-inch deck to a 72-inch deck is an extra foot of mowing capability, and that's going to save me a lot of time. Speaking of mowing capabilities, they boast that this mower will travel at 12 miles per hour, and it will mow at high quality at 12 miles per hour, and we're going to test that today for sure. So I'm really looking forward to that, because that's going to save me a lot of time. Not only will I take a foot extra off every time I make a pass, but I'm going to be going 12 miles per hour when the situation allows for it. Of course, it comes standard with a keyed electric start, electric magnetic engaged PTO, and an hour meter, which mine currently has 0.3 hours on it. The rear tires are a multi-trek 26 by 12 by 12, and the front tires are a 15 by 6.5 by 6 inch flat-free semi-pneumatic tire. These are very large tires and very wide tires with an aggressive but yet smooth grip. I really look forward to this not tearing up my lawn. I have the R4 tires on my Kubota, and there are places when it's wet and soft it would leave some marks, if you know what I mean. The fuel tank on this is a 10-gallon fuel tank. I believe it's under the seat. It probably needs 10 gallons because I'm guessing with a 35 horsepower engine, it's going to drink the fuel. Now the mower deck, of course, I went with the 72-inch. This is a 7-gauge Turboforce mower deck, and boy, is it heavy duty. Some of the technical specs is it has 1-inch aluminum maintenance-free spindles. That's kind of nice that they're maintenance-free, but also we'll just see how long they last. You know, it's brand new. It's gonna run just fine now. Like I say, Toro has a great reputation, and that's another thing. If something does go bad, this warranty is a 5-year, 1,500-hour warranty. That blows me away. I am really pleased with that because sometimes stuff happens and I know I'm covered. Now let's talk about some of my favorites. How about this seat? Okay, wait a minute. Let's make a little adjustment here. We're gonna bring her up to where my weight is, probably closer to that. And after mowing as much time as I have mowed with that Kubota, this, oh my goodness, this seat. Now, they do offer a MyRide, not on this mower. With this mower, with this commercial series, they give you this deluxe suspension seat. And I gotta tell you, it is just, oh, I wish you could just feel this. You sit on a Kubota BX and then sit on this seat. Kubota, you got to do something about that. Anyway, so they, like I said, they offer the MyRide system, but I'm actually glad that this does not have the MyRide system, and here's why. I've got some really bumpy property, and I'm kind of worried that if I don't feel those bumps and I don't know what I'm hitting and how hard I'm hitting it, that I might damage the mower. Now they say I'm not going to damage this mower, and I've seen guys jump these things off the ground on some YouTube videos, but I want to know what I'm hitting, okay? And my feet are planted pretty firmly connected to the frame, whereas my butt is bouncing up and down. Now that's going to save my back, but I'm also going to be able to feel what the mower's doing at the same time. I think that's a really, really nice feature over the MyRide system. Now let's talk about some of the options that I did not choose. Number one, I didn't get the optional headlight. I am not going to be mowing in the dark. And heaven forbid that I ever would really need to mow in the dark. I've got some magnetic lights I could use, but I'm not going to be mowing in the dark. I didn't need to spend money on a headlight. The next option I didn't opt for is the electric deck raise and lower. Now on my Kubota I have a hydraulic up and down that works with the 3-point. With the Toro they offer an electric up and down which has a little switch right here that you can, well, I didn't opt for that because I thought that's one more thing to go wrong, and that electric actuator is pretty slow. If I see a toy, a rock, a stick, an obstacle in the yard, I want to be able to hit this pedal as fast as I can to get this deck up as high as it'll go and possibly avoid that obstacle. Finally, the last option I thought really hard about but decided no, I'm not going to, is they offer a trailer hitch. You can put actually a 2-inch receiver on the back of this and you can pull things with this mower. I have a Kubota BX and I will be using that to tow anything, lawn rollers, trailers, whatever, and I will not tow with this, but it is an option. If you needed to pull a spreader or, like I said, a roller or something like that, I'm sure you could do that with this just fine. So Ducat did all of the setup on this. They checked the fluids, they filled the tank, they did everything, and I really am appreciative of that. It's ready to go, it's ready to mow, but there's one thing that I want to change on it before I do. The anti-scalp wheels. I definitely want to set those at their lowest setting because I mow pretty high, and with a 72-inch mowing deck, the chances of scalping increase dramatically from a 60-inch deck. So I'm going to get those all the way down before I start. All right, so here we go. Welcome to the speed test. We are going to mow as fast as I feel comfortable. This is my first time mowing with this machine. When I do my trimming, I'm gonna take it nice and easy and make sure I don't bang anything up. But when I get out there in the middle of the yard, I'm gonna open it up and we're gonna see how fast and at what quality this mower will mow. Because while my lawn may be perfectly smooth and I'll be able to open it wide up, this grass is long and tall and thick. About 25 to 30 minutes. That's what it took me. What used to take me a full hour to do our main yard with the BX, 25 minutes, 30 minutes conservatively. And I even mowed a little bit of the field off to the side because I just couldn't stop mowing. It was amazing how fast that thing is. I just am blown away. I think it goes faster than 12 miles per hour. I don't know for sure, but I think it goes faster. Now, with the grass as high as it was at that speed, it did miss a blade or two here or there. I'm not gonna lie to you. The key is, don't wait a month to mow your yard. Yeah, I had to go over a spot or two because it was, but wow. And I was impressed and surprised at the same time. I was impressed with the power, really impressed with the power, the amount of speed it got, but I was also surprised that it did bog down a little bit. I'm not gonna, it's not the end all to everything. It did bog down a bit in some of these really high areas. I was just blown away though. Now on to the strength test. This is our northwest field, and I think it was at one time used for hay, probably. I don't know what they used it for. But it's not like regular grass. This is really, really thick. It grows super tall, super fast. This is up to my elbow. And, I'm not gonna try and get this done at super fast speed. I just wanna see, at a comfortable pace, if I can do this all with one pass. that did an absolutely fine job. It did leave some windrows, you know, you can see them, but it chopped it up pretty darn good. That'll just disappear. So I did some more mowing, and there were some thicker spots out in some of the other fields that were just, it never stalled, but I did have to slow down. So, like I say, just because you got a 35 horse Kawasaki, it doesn't make it unbelievable, like it's never gonna bog down at all. You just have to keep up with your mowing and don't let it get 2 feet tall. So, on to the next test. The final test is gonna be the pucker test. Now our property is pretty smooth and level, but I've got some areas like this here that have a pretty decent slope to it. Now I'm sure you cannot see exactly how much this slopes on camera, but I know when I mowed it with my Kubota BX, the pucker factor was pretty high, and I just want to see if it's the same for the Toro. Of course, there's no really accurate way of telling exactly how steep this hill is on camera, so I got a digital pucker factor meter, and you'll be able to see exactly what angle I'm mowing. Now, I don't know if that angle is going to show up on camera or not, but using this angle finder right here, that says it's about 25 to 30 degrees. And I didn't feel in danger at all. That was very comfortable to mow. Way better than with the tractor because I have a lower center of gravity. It's certainly, oh, and my goodness, the wider wheel stance. This would be a good reason to put wheel spacers on. But anyway, I got one more spot. So this area over here is part of our drainage ditch. It goes along the very north part of our property. And I'm able to mow this with the Kubota BX because it's got four-wheel drive and it gets right up this hill. And so I just started mowing it. Now, I don't have to mow this because the county does it. So the only reason I'm doing this is for you guys. So hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and hit all the buttons. All right, let's see if the Toro will do what the BX can do on this slope. Time to go get the BX for the rescue. How about that? And just to show you, so there's proof the BX can do it, watch this. No problem. Okay, final thoughts. Well, am I happy with it? Heck yeah, I'm happy with it. This thing is amazing. For what it does it very well. Can it mow everything that the BX can? Nope. But it sure does everything else a lot faster, and it's gonna save me a ton of time. And I got the best of both worlds. I'm not getting rid of that mid-mount mower on the BX. I just won't have to put it on as often. This is going to do 98% of my mowing, and if I really need to put that mid-mount mower on the BX, I can do it. I just won't have to wrestle with it all the time. Now, a couple of final thoughts. I was really impressed with how easy this is to trim, where I went along the side of the barn and along that retaining wall and everything. It's just so maneuverable, and the action, I guess is what I'll call it, the steering, it's just so nice. I really like it, and it's responsive and it's easy to control. And even after not having used one for a long time, I picked it right back up, and it wasn't a problem at all. I really like that this is not as puckery as the BX when it comes to side slopes. Even though it can't go up the slope forward, it did a fine job going sideways, so I shouldn't have any problem. And I'll just let the county mow the ditch. That's what I should do anyway. So please tell me what you think in the comments. Do you like it? I'm impressed. I hope you are too. And we'll get back on working on those barns. You know, I do want to do a comparison video between this and the BX, just a couple of things, and I think that would be fun. Maybe even have a race. So if you want to see something like that, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will see you next time when I am doing more stuff. See you then.